Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss a very important problem from heights and distance that is mainly for class 10 boards exam. So please try to understand the problem. This is a broad question. So this is a very important also. Let's start the problem. The question is the angle of elevation of a cloud from a point 60 meter above a lake is 30 degree and the angle of depression of the reflection of the cloud in the lake is 60 degree. Find the height of the cloud from the lake. First, try to understand the problem. So this is the condition. Now this is the observer. The observer is watching the cloud from this point. Now we can neglect the height of the observer, height of the person. So that's why this is the point from where the observer is watching. We can consider. Okay. Now check the question. The angle of elevation of a cloud from a point 60 meter above a lake. So this point is 60 meter above the lake surface. Now the observer is watching the cloud. The cloud is here. Draw a horizontal line and the observer is watching the cloud and the angle is given 30 degree. So this angle is 30 degree. Next, and the angle of depression of the reflection of the cloud in the lake. So which one is the reflection? This one. In the lake, the reflection is this. The observer is watching the reflection also at an angle 60 degree, angle of depression 60 degree. So this angle is 60 degree. Now draw this perpendicular line from the cloud to the lake surface. The next part is distance of the cloud from the lake surface is always equals to the distance of the reflection from the lake surface. That means from the lake surface at whatever distance we are watching the cloud, the reflection will be of the same distance from that lake surface only. Now the question is find the height of the cloud from the lake surface. So this red marked line we have to calculate the length of this red marked line. Okay, that is the distance of the cloud from the lake surface. Okay, so this is the problem actually. Now let's start solving. In exam, you have to draw this kind of diagram. In exam, you have to always, for heights and distance problem, you always have to draw the diagram. So in exam, this kind of diagram you have to draw. Okay. So first, let PC equals to x. PC is the height of the cloud. We assumed as x. And now we can see PC and CQ are equal because the height of the cloud from the lake surface and the reflection are of same distance. That means CQ is also equals to x. Next, come to the next part. What does this point A represent? So we just now we saw that point A is the position of that observer. Okay. Next, A represents the observer above the lake. You have to mention everything. Next, this AB line is the height of the observer from the lake surface, which is given 60 meters. So AB is equals to 60 meter. Next, what does this point P represent? The point P represent the cloud. So point P represents the cloud. So P represents the cloud. Next, consider this triangle, angle PAD, not triangle, consider this angle PAD is given 30 degree. This is the angle of elevation of the cloud from the observer. So angle PAD is equals to 30 degree. What does this point Q represent? Point Q represents the reflection of the cloud. Okay, so this consider the triangle. Consider the triangle ADQ. That means consider the angle QAD or DAQ. This is the angle of depression which is given 60 degree. So angle DAQ is 60 degree. Now this ABCD, what does it represent? This ABCD is a rectangle. So AB and DC are always equal. So AB is already given 60 meters. So DC will also be 60 meter. Now come to the next part, that is PC. PC we assumed as X, and just now we got DC or CD as 60 meter. So PC is actually the sum of PD and DC, right? So that means what is the measure of PD that we are calculating? Just look at this. So PD is coming X minus 60 meter. So this is the length of PD. Now consider the triangle ADP. This is the triangle ADP. So the angle of elevation is given 30 degrees. So please observe the angle A. With respect to A, this side PD is the opposite side, which is called the perpendicular, and the adjacent side is AD, which is called the base. So what relation is there for perpendicular and base? That is tan. So use tan 30 degree is equals to perpendicular by base. Now what is tan 30 degree value? Tan 30 degree is equals to 1 by root 3. Put the value 1 by root 3 equals to what is given for PD. The length of PD is just now we calculated. It is x minus 60 and AD is not given. So we are calculating the value of AD. Do the cross multiplication. It is coming x minus 60 into root 3 meters. So this is the length of AD. Understood? Now come to the next part. Next part, we will consider the next triangle, that is triangle AQD. This one. So with respect to this triangle AQD, please observe QD. QD is the perpendicular and QD is made up of, just look at this. QD means it is the sum of QC and CD. QC we assumed as X and CD we got as 60. So what is the measure of QD? QD in total it is X plus 60. Now observe this angle in right angle triangle AQD. So observe angle A. So this one is 60 degrees. So with respect to this angle, the opposite side, that is QD, is the perpendicular, or DQ we can consider, and AD is the adjacent side, which is the base. Now again, what will come as the perpendicular and base ratio? Tan. So use tan 60 degree, that is coming perpendicular DQ by base as AD. Now what is tan 60 degree? Tan 60 degree is root 3. So put the value of tan 60 degree as root 3 and DQ is given x plus 60 and AD is just now we have calculated, that is x minus 60 times root 3. So now do the cross multiplication. This root 3 into root 3 will become 3. So 3 times x minus 60 and that is equals to x plus 60. Now remove the bracket. So it is coming like this. Now take that x's together and the numbers together. So it is coming to x equals to 240. So what is the value of x? X is 120. So x means that PC is equals to 120 meters. So our answer is the height of the cloud above the lake is 120 meters. I hope you understood the problem. Thank you.